You are now tuned in to the real news behind the news, bringing truth to light and exposing the deception behind the mainstream media while matching headlines with the prophecy of the scriptures.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This your boy Rod Thomas Jr. and this is the real news behind the news. Hey, good evening everybody, how y'all doing? Y'all know who this is. This your boy, Rob Thomas Jr. and this is the real news behind the news. Yeah, what the day is? The 27th. I got my little kinfolk over here recording me, and as we go live, I am doing something that God only himself could have done. I'm recording live on KHAM Radio, y'all. Eli, he done went back there somewhere else. We got my little nephew over there, Jamel, recording us on Facebook Live. But we actually doing a video. We got, what, about 30 minutes. And in these 30 minutes, I cannot hold back. Let's get to it. Now, how is it here in Shreveport, Louisiana, we are supposed to believe that a police who was chasing a suspect in the case of Alonzo Bagley had his camera turned off magically for 1 second, but now we got 7 seconds of discrepancy in that video? So how can we trust the integrity of that video? Oh yeah, YouTube, hey, I'm going to be uploading this video after we finish it, because me and nephew right now, as soon as we finish it, we got to go rape somebody yard. That's how it is at the Real News Behind the News. We keeps it real, but we giving you news behind the news. So in the case of Alonzo Bagley, we're going to talk about, in the next 30 minutes, local, because a lot of y'all say, I don't be talking local enough. Guess what? Who cares? You don't even care when I talk about whatever I talk about, but you still listening and following. So for you all's behalf, we're going to talk about Alonzo Bagley, but let's talk about the 3 murders that we had in Shreveport just yesterday. 3 murders in Shreveport yesterday. Not including that police officer who murdered Alonzo Bagley. So that means, guess what, y'all? The way the white media, I ain't mean to say it like that, y'all. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to say it like that. But the way the media is going to portray it is that another nigga got shot in Shreveport to take your mind off when that police officer murdered that boy over in Villa Norte. So y'all want me to talk about local news? What you niggas gonna, excuse me, sorry, I ain't mean to say niggas. What are you Negroes going to do? What are you Negroes going to do? We're killing each other like savages around here. You putting these scary white boys who done already beat up 3-4 people. Why is the white boy even on negligent homicide when he done kicked 4-5 people's asses here in Shreveport? From what we hear, he broke a pregnant lady's jaw. But he the police. And then people say, well, real news behind the news, why is it when it comes to black on black crime, it's different between when the police kill? Let me show you all the difference. When the police kill a Negro or a nigger, because there's a difference between black folks, Negroes, and niggers. Just keep it real. It's different between all of us. Niggas are the ones who getting killed by the police. And in some cases, black folks are getting killed by the police, though. In the case of Alonzo Bagley. Alonzo Bagley had nothing to do with the whole phone call that led up to the police coming out there, but he wound up dead. And then white folks trying to portray him as just another nigga that got killed by the police, when that's not the case. That white boy who shot him, already had excessive forces charges against him. Yeah, he broke, from what we're hearing, he broke a young lady's nose, a black chick who was pregnant, broke her nose. He got 2 or 3 excessive force charges. So how would you not give him a manslaughter charge and let him fight for something less than that? But if it was one of you black folks defending yourself from this police or a nigger, you'll be in prison right now. We're going to talk about a lot of that in further episode. What we're doing right now is, again, let me stop. KHAM Radio, I don't know who the sponsor is of this episode that we're doing right now, but I really truly thank you. All I know is E-Law called and said this and that, and the radio station called say somebody willing to sponsor you. And here I am telling y'all a real deal. In local news, 3 more niggas got shot yesterday. We still dealing with Alonzo Bagley. And ain't nobody doing nothing outside of Facebook but talking about shit on Facebook. Let's get together. Whoever want to work with me, because y'all know, one thing y'all can say about me, I hate him to the point where I don't like him because he don't cut no corners, he don't hold no punches. I'm just a real Negro, a real black man, trying to do the right that God has called me to do to rectify all the wrong that I did. If I did this wrong, don't y'all realize I know what to do right? Right now, I'm giving y'all real game. And the real game in Freeport is niggas keep getting shot. Let's move on to the state of Louisiana. And in the state of Louisiana, man, it is crazy because we try to figure out who killing more niggas, Freeport or New Orleans. Guess what though? Freeport, nationally in the state, we just gonna skip from Louisiana because really ain't nothing to talk about in Louisiana but niggas killing niggas. Let's go statewide in your news. In your news, statewide, guess what's happening? New Orleans and Freeport trying to figure out who, or the black people in New Orleans and Freeport are trying to figure out who killed more people and who can brag about being the murder capital. Why the fuck would you want to brag on who's being the murder capital in your motherfucking state? Guess what, y'all? It's only 4 million people in the state of Louisiana, but per capita, Freeport just made a list, y'all. Let me show you. Freeport just made a list. Remember that one video I did where I say we trashy and shit in Freeport and y'all got mad? Well, guess what? Before I said that shit before this survey came out that told Freeport out of 180 cities, because Freeport is the 181st largest city in America, but Freeport ranks number 11 for the trashiest city. Remember y'all got mad when I said that video was Freeport is trashy as fuck? That's why they had to have their advertisement say keep it classy and not trashy. We some ratchet ass people in Freeport. To the point where you got a bunch of people fighting, trying to get attention here in Freeport behind the murder of a black man by the police. They trying to get 501c3 money. Do y'all realize what I'm finna tell y'all? They trying to get 501c3 money when in reality, some of these people that say they working for the people are working for the people. I'll let y'all figure that out. Real new behind new, keeping it real. We just up here, man, going freestyle. I got my nephew recording on Facebook while I'm recording live on KHAM Radio. We're going to get the call letters and everything for KHAM Radio, but guess what? KHAM Radio is the only entity in Freeport that understands what I do. Because guess what? Somebody way in Texas to the sponsor of this show right now. And y'all got to realize I'm going freestyle. I don't never have a set program or whatever, but we finna talk about some real stuff. How many minutes we got, cuz? Hey Jamil, what it say on that video? How many minutes we be going?
It's gonna say finish.
Look down at the bottom. Hold on. Teach you how to do videos and shit for now. It don't say, no, don't finish. All right, go. We're gonna go 15 minutes. Now I've been freestyling, man, because I supposed to did this video two weeks ago. You know. Anyway, let's finish this up. Now we know about Freeport. We got a murder by the police of a citizen whose wife called, and there's a lot of controversy in Shreveport. Ma'am, you really should be feeling so goddamn bad right now for what you did. I don't know what you and Alonzo had going on, ma'am. I'm not trying to judge nobody or whatever, but from what I saw and from what I see, you caused all this shit, and now you the one who trying to get all the sympathy. I have no sympathy. If I had 2 fucks of a sympathy to give, I would not give neither one of them to you. You caused that shit to come down. You caused that shit to happen. So now, it is up to us as people here in Shreveport to not only try to get justice for Alonzo Bagley, but try to stop all this unnecessary murdering and killing of people here. Now let's take Shreveport nationwide, because y'all know I always say that if you don't understand what's going on in your neighborhood, you'll never understand what's going on. I mean, if you don't understand what's going on worldwide, you'll never understand what's going on in your neighborhood. Guess what? The Israelis murdered almost 15 people and injured almost 100 the other day. And y'all might be saying, what the fuck that got to do with us in America? Those same police in America that murdered Alonzo Bagley are being trained by the police in Israel. Boom. We're going to go to that. Let's talk about something else, because we only got about 10, 15 more minutes, because what time is it? Hold on, let me see what time it is. We got to go in and still do this. Oh, yeah, we got to go do the job. Anyway, let's fast forward. And y'all, I hope y'all got your seatbelts on, because this is a wild ride. We just trying to make up. We got, 3 more videos I got to do here at KHAM Radio. Again, y'all go and look up the call letters. E-Law. Hey, what's the call letters for this radio station? He might be outside, whatever. He talking. Anyway, it's going down. I'm trying to put everything in one little video, a 30-minute video, to get y'all to come tomorrow. Because tomorrow, around about this, it'd have to be before this time. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, that'll be February 28th, 2023. We're going to be here live again at KHAM Radio. We're going to be doing another video, but I'm trying right now to keep you all updated on what's going on. I'm moving so fast, man, that I can't keep up. But let's talk about this, and we're going to end this. Now, we have a situation going on right now where we are at World War III. This is worldwide news broken down to how it's going to affect you. Do y'all realize that with all the killing going on in Shreveport, when you go to the grocery store, you're seeing prices of stuff that was $2 3 months ago. Now it's being advertised to you as $7 and $8. We are being desensitized here in America to a war agenda that's happening in the Ukraine, and we can't even see how it affects us here. When Joe Biden decided to give the Ukraine $2 more billion as opposed to giving the people in Palestine, Ohio, $4. Do y'all understand where this is going? Y'all understand where this is going? It's not going to go that far, because I want y'all to stay tuned for the video tomorrow. The video tomorrow, we'll get into world politics. Today, we really tried to highlight what was going on here in Shreveport, because a lot of you Negroes be telling me that you don't talk about niggas in Shreveport that much. You don't talk about what's going on in Shreveport that much. You always talking about world politics. If y'all don't understand what's going on in Ukraine right now, y'all will not understand why your roads are collapsing here in America. You will not understand why you had a train derailment in you wouldn't even understand why the train derailment that was up in Palestine, Ohio even happened. Because Joe Biden just gave $150 billion of your money to the Ukraine, when really they could have been passing legislation and using some of that government funding for infrastructure to go to fixing up the railroads. But instead, when I told y'all back in October of last year that there was a railroad workers' strike being implemented, and your federal government was trying to shut it down, y'all will understand why this happened. And now you have a mushroom cloud spreading poison. Remember, y'all, like, a lot of y'all like to talk about acid rain. Do y'all realize what acid rain is? Because some of those chemicals on that goddamn train has sulfuric acid. Even if it was one chemical, when that train was rolling down there, do y'all realize for 40 miles that train was on fire? That's because under Trump, I'm going to keep it real, under Trump, a lot of federal regulations of the railroad system was basically did away with so that the railroads could produce more product per hour, meaning that the railroads were taking trains that really should have only been 3/4 of a mile long. The train that derailed in Ohio, Palestine, Ohio, was 2 miles long. 40 miles away from Palestine, Ohio, you saw this train on fire. It passed through 3 points in 3 cities where they had video and showed you a train on fire. So now we got Joe Biden, old Alzheimer patient self that he is, going to Ukraine this time last week, telling them that he's finna give them another $50 billion of your money, my money, his money, y'all money to the Ukraine, when we got people in Palestine, Ohio who are coughing up blood right now because of this train derailment. Because keep in mind, y'all, somebody from North Pacific Railroad had the brilliant idea of blowing that shit up. What happened when they blew it up? Every train car that they blew up that had different chemicals, now when you blow it up and initiate a new source of heat, because some of those chemicals, I'm going to show you how deep I am, how big my brain is. Do y'all know some of them chemicals on that train had a boiling point of -7 degrees Celsius, which means that if it just got out into the open air, no longer was it going to be the same chemical because it got exposed to the H2O in the air. Oh man, y'all don't hear me. It got exposed to the H2O in the air. When they blew that shit up, they created a cocktail of chemicals that is now killing everything in the Ohio River, which leads into the Mississippi River, but it also leads into the ground where they grow 1/3 of the nation's corn, wheat, and shit like that. Do y'all understand what's really going on? Y'all gotta give me a minute to regather my composure, because I'm just happy to be here with KHAM Radio, man. And to the sponsor again in Dallas, I don't know who you are and why you did this, but I am so grateful that I'm going to honor what it is that you done for the real news behind the news to make us able to do 4 radio shows with KHAM. Cause I roll with E-Law, straight up. Got my nephew, Jamil, over there in the background. Say what's up.
What's up?
What's up? What's happening? What's happening? We don't know how many people looking on Facebook. Really, we don't. You know me, Jamil. I don't be getting fucked by no. I don't be getting fucked by no likes. Well, everything I do, guess what? I do it, man, just because God told me to do it. I don't have no 501c3. I don't have none of that. But I'm the only nigga that tells y'all that the United States, let's go to world news. The United States just told China that China could not give Russia a BB gun to help Russia in the war in Ukraine. When again, the United States just sent $160 billion of your money to the Ukraine to fight Russia, and they're losing. If the United States was winning this war, this proxy war in Ukraine, why? Why are they still sending them? Guess what, y'all? They finna send them another $2 billion. But you got a train derailment up in Ohio that they ain't sending 1/4. And I remember one of my little brothers, Lacey Houston. I love Lacey. Man, Lacey, you know how it is. I'm recording shit on here. I didn't even know it. This is how it is behind the scenes at the Real News Behind the News. Look at this shit. Alright, now, Lacey, let me show you something. If the United States was winning that proxy war in Ukraine, why did we just send them another $2 billion when the people up there in Palestine, Ohio? Oh, I know what you said. I remember what you said. You said that it's on the railroad company. But guess what? The railroad company is a beneficiary of lobbyists, political lobbyists, who go down there now. And remember, actually, it all started under Donald Trump. When Trump was trying to do some regulations, actually Trump was trying to ease the regulations on the railroad companies, on behalf of the railroad companies. This is why we got that disaster. And y'all know why I'm talking about this so goddamn much? Because I got a son, a 13-year-old boy. Dad love you, Zante. You know what time it is. You be watching. We gonna come back tomorrow because we got 4 more shows that this lady in Dallas, whoever, I don't know if she's a lady or man, but whoever was in Dallas that decided to support this channel, we gonna make you proud. We're going to put it out. We're going to put it out there. And stay tuned. Tomorrow, we'll be back down here at KHAM Radio, bringing y'all the real news behind news. Shut down. The real news behind the news.